guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. And Ricky just got back from Jamaica. I told her I'm going to hit record right away because I want to hear all about your trip on the podcast for all of our friends to hear. We haven't talked at all. I don't know anything. So,
It,
how was your birthday? How was your trip? Tell us
it
all about
was
it.
so good. I literally just got back last night at 10. I got home at like midnight. It was a long travel day yesterday. My hair is deep conditioning because my hair was so dry out there. But we had so much fun.
It looked so pretty.
It was so pretty. I got like 2 good beach days in because typically on vacation, I just like to sit on the beach, drink a coconut, drink a virgin mojito, and just chill. But we did do some excursions. We did, the rafting, the bamboo rafting, which apparently there's some crazy stories on TikTok about bamboo rafting that I didn't hear about till after. So the bamboo rafts, like basically they're like hand built bamboo rafts, and the guys like kind of row you down the river, and you can like buy. They have like little shops along the river where you could buy stuff, right?
So you're not in the ocean. You're in the
No,
river?
it's just like a little
Okay.
river that like comes up like to your knees. I'll try and put a picture in so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And then they take limestone, which is like a natural rock or whatever. It's supposed to make your skin really soft. And they give you like a little foot massage, and they rub it on, they rub it on your feet, and they give you a little foot massage or whatever. And it makes your skin really soft. And then they roll you back. But apparently like some crazy things happen on the raft, allegedly
What?
You could find on TikTok, because people kept saying, "Oh, you did the bamboo rafts with those guys rubbing on you," and I'm thinking to myself
Like
why
what-
does that
what
why
kind
does
of
everybody
crazy?
why does everybody keep saying like something about these rafts? Like what's the tea with these rafts, right? Because I was like, our guy was like very nice, he was very professional, he wasn't pervy, he wasn't icky or nothing like that. So they were like, apparently, like if you go further down the river, they like be doing it to the tourists and stuff, allegedly.
Oh, so there's like a champagne room on the river,
Yeah,
basically.
basically. And I was like, I've never heard of that, but apparently there's like a stereotype with like American women in Jamaica, like they go out there to like do
Is it? I think I've seen
crazy
this.
stuff.
It's like older American women, right?
I think older, yeah, like older ladies, like, like when they're getting their massage, they'll like just take
Right.
it a step too far. And I don't know if they're paying these guys, but apparently there's a boom boom room, like if you go down the river. So I was like, I didn't know till after the raft, and I was like, what the?
Okay, that would have been funny if you came on here and were like, I went on the raft and I had a good time, and then everyone just
Yeah, and
assumed.
it's like and everyone just assumed like, yeah, because it's like, I'm sorry, like, no offense, but these guys are not like hot guys. They're like real dirty looking, and like, you know what I mean? Like they out there
working on a boat.
sweating, working real hard on that raft. So I'm like, ew, who is doing that? Like, so apparently there's some stories like that women go on TikTok and tell their little raft stories, and apparently it's like X-rated.
Okay, I
But
gotta look
mine
this
was
up.
very peachy. Mine was very peachy. Just got my little limestone foot massage, and we rafted our way back. That was really fun. We also went like tubing, like we were on the back of a
that's
jet
fun.
ski tubing. That was fun. And then we did take a boat because we were staying in Montego Bay, so we took a boat over to Negril. If you do go to Jamaica, I highly recommend staying in Negril versus Montego Bay because the water's like much prettier over in Negril. And then we went to Rick's Cafe, which is like a really famous like cafe for like cliff diving. And I didn't
Oh,
I
cool.
didn't jump off no damn cliff because I was
No cliff
scared.
jump.
No, I jumped off, like they have like a little low one, and then they have a medium one, and they have a super high one. I jumped off the really, 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 really low one where it was just like boop.
It still counts. You can still
It
say
still
you went
counts.
cliff
Yeah,
jumping.
it was really fun. There was a water park inside our resort, so we went to the water park.
Yeah, I saw some water slide action.
Yeah, that was like
fun.
in our on our resort. So yeah, if you guys like are ever in Jamaica or ever plan on visiting Jamaica, use I think it's LJT Experiences. That's like the tour service that we use to book our excursions, and it was like super duper, like much more affordable than like what the hotel was charging. Like the hotel, for example, was charging us $110 for the rafting, and then this tour company charged us like $80. You know,
Oh, that's a
so
good
it's like
deal.
big difference. Like, and then the boat ride to Negril and Rick's Cafe, they were charging 150, and this tour company charged 85. So like
Oh,
much
nice.
more, affordable. So,
Reasonable.
yeah,
I do
so it
have,
was really fun.
I have a complaint because when someone is on vacation, I want like 100 stories a day. I want to know everything you're doing. I want to see what you're eating. I want to
Yes.
see what you're drinking. You didn't post enough, but I'll let it go
I
because you're having fun.
didn't. Like, I didn't. Like, and I don't know why, because I was trying to, like, because I have
You
two
were in the
Instagrams.
moment. That's
I have
good.
my Storytime account, and then I have my personal account. So I was like, I don't want to like post any bathing suit pictures like on Storytime. Like,
Why
like,
not?
I don't know. It's like I feel like it's my business page. So I was like,
You
I
have-
don't know. I
you
don't
gotta
want
let
to
the
post
people know, though.
twerking. Like, there was a lot of twerking going on the boat on the way to Rick's Cafe, and I was like, that's like a little unprofessional. I don't want to post it. But then,
Remember that time when Clay said you had a flat butt? So
Yeah.
we need to show him that he was wrong. We're
he
speaking
was
about
so
Clay
wrong.
Clay
We
on
call
Love is
him-
Blind.
We call him AD's ex. Actually, we don't call. We
You're
don't
right.
use his
Sorry.
first name. Yeah,
80s X.
he
We had a
did.
little beef with him, and he had never seen Ricky's butt, but he decided to just make fun of it for no reason.
He
so.
was just. He said some crazy stuff. All of the
We'll
stuff
save
that he said
that
wasn't
for
true.
we should do a deep dive one day on our beefs. We don't have very many, but he's on the list.
He's
so.
on the list. He's definitely on the list of beefs. But yeah, I was twerking, but I didn't have any videos of me twerking. I was like the other people twerking. It was a lot of fun. Like, we had a lot of fun. My best friend from Houston met me out there, so it's always fun to see her.
Aw.
It was just a good time. Like, I know I didn't post my food. We had some good jerk chicken. I'm jerk chicken down. I
Yeah.
had a lot of jerk chicken.
Nice.
We had a lot of fun. It was so much fun. I would go back, but like I said, if I went back, I would go to Negril, not Montego Bay. So, have you ever been to Jamaica?
No, never.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta go.
I've been to not like all my traveling basically has been in the U.S. I've been to Mexico a couple times, but that's about it. So never been to Europe, never been to like even the like east coast of Mexico. I've never made it over there. I've just been like straight down. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's so much fun. I was like, every time I go somewhere, then I get the travel bug, and I'm like, oh, where to
Yeah.
next? So
I had like this would be a story for another pod, but I had a crazy experience when I went to Mexico. I don't even think I could tell you because it's so bad.
you have to tell.
I had a bad time one time in Mexico. I'll just say basically like we met some friends from the States, and I was old at this point. Like I was like not old, but I was like 26, 27. So not young. But I didn't know that like people take prescription drugs for fun.
Oh,
And
okay.
when someone said, "Do you want to take something for energy?" I thought it was like an energy drink, like a legal thing. We'll just say I took something I shouldn't have, and I ended up in a hospital in Cabo San Lucas that cost $3,000. So now I'm a little nervous to travel.
Oh my
to,
god.
like, I know I got bad luck, so don't be scared to travel with me. I won't make us end up in a hospital. But
$3,000 U.S.
Yeah.
dollars or 3,000 pesos?
no, U.S. Actually, I think that was Canadian money, so that's
Oh.
like half of what your money is, sadly. So.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I know. So, and also when I was younger, that movie, what was it called? Broke Down Palace. Do you remember that movie?
I do remember that movie.
Yes,
for
I've
sure.
had friends that have backpacked in like Thailand and stuff, and after I saw that movie, I was like, no, that would be me. I would take the backpack with the drugs by accident. Like I am that person traveling. So no.
I've been
No.
to Thailand, and
You have?
I've been to Thailand. Yeah,
And you survived. So
I did. Yeah, it rained a lot when we were there, so I'm always like, I have to go back. But
yeah,
I've
I
been to Thailand.
get nervous because I get myself into trouble. So I'm like, I'll go to LA, New York.
Right, like people
know.
might sneak something in your bag, because they did ask me coming back from Jamaica, like, do you you claim responsibility for everything that's in your suitcase? And I'm like, well, yeah, although the bell desk did take my bag
Right?
from my room, and and set it in the lobby. So anything could have happened between that time and the airport.
I'd be like, let me look again. Well, before we agreed.
Granted, my suitcase was packed to the brim, so I'm like, they couldn't fit nothing in there. Even if they wanted to, they would have been like, we got to pick another bag because she overpacked. So
they need someone that packs lighter.
Yeah. So I had a lot of fun. It was so much fun.
So you had a good birthday?
I did. I literally sat on the beach all day, drank a coconut, drank virgin mojitos, and that's all I wanted to do. So, and then I had a nice dinner with my bestie that night. So it was perfect.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I really wanted to get you a birthday present. So I didn't tell you this yet, but I DM'd Justin Timberlake. He did not reply. I was so sad. I know. Okay. I'm like, Justin Timberlake's probably too busy to do like cameos. That's not his thing. So
that's not his thing. But last year on my birthday,
I know.
You remember? Last year on my birthday, I was in Seattle because Justin had just started his tour. So I was in Seattle, front row at his concert, and he did tell me happy birthday on my actual birthday. So I have that for the rest of my life. Let me show you guys since we're on the topic. Let's see.
I know. I was like, I can't top that, but maybe if you would send like a personalized happy birthday to you.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. Look.
Oh, son.
Don't pay attention.
It's your birthday today? What's your name? What is it? Ricky? Like Ricardo? Ricky?
Rick?
Oh.
He's such a dork.
Much prettier than him.
He said you're pretty.
Yeah. On the count of 3, everybody say happy birthday, Ricky.
On 3, we're gonna say, just say, because I got a long show. On the count of 3, we're gonna say happy birthday, Ricky. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's so cool. I
have that for the rest of my life, and it was on my birthday, May 2nd, on my birthday. So
okay, that's the best birthday ever for you, and yeah, I don't think I could have topped that. I was like, I'm gonna try, but I sent him that. I sent him that.
You sent him that? You sent that like, video?
Yeah.
You told her happy birthday on stage last year.
I said, she's your biggest fan. She went to your show on her birthday last year, and I want to get her a present. Can you say happy birthday? But he did not read
Imagine
it. So I think he has like 80 million followers or something. So
it was a shot in the dark, but it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Actually, that's the second time that Justin Timberlake said happy birthday to me. A long time ago, during his other tour, I was front row, and I said it was my birthday because I knew that was the part in the show where he sings happy birthday to somebody. It wasn't actually my birthday, and he actually had the whole arena sing happy birthday to me. So has gotten Justin Timberlake to sing and tell them happy birthday twice in concert? I don't know, but me. But one time it was actually on my birthday, so that's actually the coolest.
So he does that every show, like a happy birthday, like singing to someone?
His last tour he did. His last tour he had like a section where, because I'd been to so many shows, I knew like this is the part where he's gonna like give somebody some birthday love. So, and then this tour, that's just the part in the show where he talks to the audience. He doesn't necessarily say happy birthday. He talks to the audience or read some of their signs. But because it was the beginning of the tour, I was holding up a little sign that was like, "It's my birthday," and so he was like, "It's your birthday."
What's your favorite Justin Timberlake song?
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't know. There's just so many good ones.
You can't pick one.
I can't pick one. Yeah. I like Summer Love. That's a really good one, but I don't know. But that one, that's so sweet of you. Thank you for reaching out to Justin Timberlake for me. You should have reached out to Michael B. Jordan for me. No, I'm just kidding.
I should have. I know. Justin's married, so we got no luck there. So
yeah.
As far as I know, Michael B. Jordan is single. So
I don't know. We could change that. I'm single. I am 100% single. So.
Yes. Like we said, give her another shot, Michael.
I know. Players fuck up. I'm sorry.
Yes. So have you been keeping up with any of the Bravo headlines while you were gone?
Literally, I've been out of the loop since I've been gone, so you're going to have to catch me up. I have no idea what's happened at all.
Okay, I can catch you up. So they released the Valley. So they filmed the Valley reunion on Friday because Kristen and Nia are super pregnant. They're going to give birth in June. So they had to get that out of the way. So they released the seating chart. Did you see it?
No.
Okay. So they have Jesse second chair and they have Michelle last chair, which the seating is very like telling in Bravo world. It's very important, like who's sitting where. So people were very shocked. Like Michelle is like behind Zach and Jasmine and like the more like, you know, friend of type characters, which is weird because she's like, that's the only storyline we really care about right now is Jesse and Michelle. They're like the main people.
Right.
So what I thought maybe she said she won't sit like across from Jesse and that was like her punishment. That's my guess. Or do you think they're just...
So wait, she's sitting far away from him or she's sitting close to him?
She's in the very last chair, like at the end where they usually put like the random person.
Oh.
And he's second chair, which is like a big spot beside Jax. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I think she wanted to sit as far away from him as possible. Is what
That's
I
what
would
I'm
say.
thinking.
Yeah, is what I would think. Yeah.
It's just weird because like she has her boyfriend on the show and they usually reward that stuff, like, you know, being open and having your people in, and like Jesse's girlfriend refuses to film and then they're giving him second seat, so it's a little strange. It might be for support for Jax too. That's what I was thinking, because like he's sober,
and I think that Jax and Brittany are obviously like the biggest storyline of the season, but it seems like Jesse and Michelle are the next biggest, so maybe that's why they gave him second chair, and that Michelle probably just didn't want to sit next to him.
I personally, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I'm more interested in Jesse and Michelle than Jax and Brittany. But just based off this episode, I don't know what's going to happen. But like on this episode, like I don't know, I just thought it was the whole like, we'll get to this, is at the end, but you know, Brittany was kind of laughing and being silly during the whole healing thing, whereas like Jesse and Michelle got very intense, and so I was like, I feel like they're giving more to this than Jax and Brittany. It's still early. I mean, we're only 4 episodes in, it's probably gonna
I think next episodes Jax is gonna give us a show. He's so fake.
He's in a little fight with Kristen right now because he copied her merch. So they're fighting publicly about that. So the merch says The Valley on it. So like, I don't know how like proprietary that is, but Kristen wasn't happy. She called him out. So
how did he copy it? Like, what is her merch versus his merch?
Her merch says The Valley. And then he like, his merch posts are so funny because they're literally like, he took like some stock photos in like a hoodie, and then every time he wants to sell merch, he just literally like superimposes the words on the hoodie, so it's not actually like a real photo. And so there's just him in a hoodie that says The Valley. So I don't know, like they're all on The Valley, so I don't know how like copied that was, but it was funny that she called it out. So
what'd she say?
she literally like DM'd him like, can you remove this immediately? Like, you copied it. And then she shared that DM. And she never shared his reply, which probably would have been the funniest part, but maybe he didn't reply.
Like, he probably said something chaotic because Jax is chaotic, but...
I know. He probably got mad, so...
What else did I miss?
Non-Valley news. The Real Housewives of Orange County just wrapped up filming, which they were on a trip to Amsterdam. And then they wrapped up filming. I don't feel like they usually end on a trip, so I thought that was weird. Usually they like have a trip like the third quarter of the season, and then they come back and have like a big party. But from what it looks like, they finished on the trip, so that was strange, I thought. And then there's one cast member, Katie, who did not go, and so people are speculating that she got like suspended or she wasn't allowed to go. We haven't got the full tea on that, so yes, I think that'll come out in like July, so we still got some time. They have a quick turnaround for that one. It films like February to May, and then it comes out in July. So, but it was a good season last season, so I think they just want to get that one out fast. So.
Right.
I got some DMs when it was filming about like spottings, and I think Joe from season 1 is coming back. Gretchen's back. We already know that, so this should be good.
Okay, that you're like speaking. You know, you're speaking like Spanish to me right now. Like I have no idea what you're talking about because I don't watch the Real Housewives.
We have to get you more on the Housewives train because the Miami one is coming out soon, and that will be really good. So
okay, Okay, well, you
Okay,
just let me know and I'll watch it. But I'm like, oh, Katie, all right,
you're like, I don't
cool.
know who Katie is.
No
You'll
idea.
you'll learn.
Okay,
Yeah. A
okay.
little, yeah. I mean, Traders, you also don't watch that, but that should be filming soon. So I feel like they have never had like Love is Blind people on that one. So House of Villains they did, but not this one. So,
Okay.
but yeah, it's starting to film soon. Nick Viall was like away for a few days and people were speculating he was on it, but it hasn't started yet. He posted from Park City, Utah. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives are the two there. So he's doing something with them. I don't know what. Maybe
Okay.
he's like doing the reunion. So
Like hosting it?
maybe. I'm like,
Mm.
what else could he do in Park City? I have no idea. But the Mormon Wives obviously comes out on the 15th. And so this would be like when they do the reunion.
Hmm.
Although I'm not sure if they're dropping that all at once or if it's like a week one. I'll have to look into that. So
Okay.
who knows? But Summer House, you don't watch that either. So
No.
Lexi was on the Buff House today. So I posted a clip on my page.
I
If
seen your clip and I was like, who the hell is this?
you're missing out on so much.
I heard
'cause,
Summer House is really good though, but it's like
it
because we have
is.
so many things to watch for
I
the
know.
pod that like watching anything for like leisure it doesn't happen anymore. So I'm like
I know. That's why we have to put it on our list of things to watch. But I mean,
yeah.
the thing is, we started the pod like when things were ending. So I think it'll be
Mhm.
easier when things are brand new starting. So these are all
Okay.
like mid season. But if
Okay.
you are into Summer House, check out her interview. It was good. She really went in on Jesse. So check
Okay.
that out. And if you live in not the United States, Hey You, that's where I watch all my Bravo stuff. So because we don't get Bravo outside of the US, so we
Oh, wow.
have to use Hey You, which is amazing. They have all the shows on demand. You can watch them anytime. So I love it.
We have been getting some requests though to watch that new one, Cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard people say it's really good. Some people say it's not so good.
So what I've heard is that there's a lot of people think that there is a lot of tea to be discovered with these cheating men. So I know it. I had watched like the first 5 minutes of it before I left because so many people DM'd me asking me to watch it. So I was like, let me see. So I know it's about like a cheater trying to get back with the person he cheated on. So I think the DMs that I've received are like people want the dirt on like the cheating that took place. So
Oh, okay.
I think that they want the behind the scenes of it
The
all.
tea.
They want the tea. So I'm like, let me give it a go, see if we can what we
Yeah, I
can
think
discover.
we're going to talk about that one on Tuesday, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so
So-
we'll talk about that on Tuesday, and then Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is coming out, and then Sneaky Links is coming out on Netflix on the 21st. So we'll talk about
Okay.
that one too.
Yeah.
And then
Sneaky Link
Love
sounds
Island-
chaotic.
Yeah,
Sneaky Link
Love
just
Island
sounds
USA
chaotic.
is coming out June 3rd, which is crazy. I was like, ew, I missed that show. It's so good. And now I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not ready. It's so fast. Like it's coming
Yeah.
so soon.
Yeah. Love Island is such a commitment, like because it comes out daily. So it's
6
crazy.
days a week. So we'll be here
Mhm.
talking about it. Not 6 days, but a lot of days.
A lot of those days we will be here talking about it.
Yes, we got you. Okay, that's all the Bravo headlines that
Okay.
you totally understood everything about. So now we'll talk about the Valley. Because
Okay.
did watch that one. What did you think about this episode? Are you missing Jax or no? I mean, he was in this
No,
one.
I'm not missing him. I wouldn't say that I'm missing him, but I did find this episode a little bit boring, in my opinion. It seems like maybe it was a build up for next week's episode to be like super duper dramatic. Like this one was like kind of seemed like it was dragging for me. I don't know. What did you think of it?
Yeah, it didn't have like the punch that the last couple ones had, but also, yeah, it is nice. Like, I don't think that they necessarily need Jax there, but it was a lot of, talking about things that aren't happening on camera. So, like, talking about Jax's texts and talking about Jax in rehab, but it's not
I
stuff that
do
we're
think
actually
it's
seeing.
Funny that they were showing some of the text, but so I do think it's funny that he's rage text.
Like, what
In
kind of a
rehab.
rehab? I know.
I thought you don't get your phone in rehab. I thought that you just get to use their phone and like to call people and talk, but like
I
your
feel like,
personal phone, like
yeah, like I feel like that would be much more beneficial in terms of a rehab and a therapy. So a lot of people in the comments were saying like, yeah, if you go to a legitimate rehab, you don't have your phone.
yeah,
And so, and I don't know why Brittany was entertaining it. Like, just block him, or they have this app I've heard of for like divorced parents. I can't remember what it's called, but basically you just coordinate everything through about your kids through that app, and I think like lawyers can see it, and so there's none of the silliness of like rage texting, right? So
yeah,
I don't know why she was texting him back. You could see, so it's like
yeah,
just don't
yeah,
entertain it at all.
yeah,
Block
yeah.
him and have some peace for a month like you wanted. So
Yeah, I thought that was weird that he's even able to have his phone. I was like, okay. And then we seen his little video. I don't know. Jax is just so like he's so theatrical that I don't know like what to believe. The only thing that again, Jesse and Michelle carried the episode. You
mhm.
know what I mean? And one thing that I did notice is Janet's husband's kind of like a little bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't like stick up for her. He doesn't say
Yeah.
anything to her. Like, he just letting Jesse talk to her crazy. And he's just sitting there. And I'm like, are you gonna fucking say something? Like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
thought
a pushover.
I thought that was crazy when Jesse went after Janet and he didn't, he just sat there. It was very odd because I think the real Jesse really came out in that moment. Like you could kind of see him like turn where he was like, you can't handle this like argument. And I think he was like insinuating that she wasn't smart enough or something to go toe to toe with him. And yeah, Jason just sat there. So it was a
Out
little
of
strange.
That's what I have to throw. That's
I
one
mean,
thing that I can't stand. It's like very Tom Schwartz, right? Like whenever
mhm.
Katie would be, you know, in something, he just always sat there like, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. That's one thing that I can't stand because don't let a man talk to your wife like that. Like you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like stick up
To
for her.
to be fair though, he is like a lawyer, and not a lot of people on these shows have like a legitimate career outside of the show. And
It's like
so
I don't have time to be
yeah,
fucking acting a fool on TV. So
totally. Because I mean, if I don't think this would have happened, but if he got in a physical altercation on TV, I mean, yeah, I
I
think
mean,
that would be bad.
I think there's a way to do both, right? Like to be like, hey, chill out, don't talk to my wife like that.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
just it, you know? Like,
Yeah, I don't think he needed to get angry, but he could have just said like, relax,
because
especially
what
because
were they even fighting about? Like, what even happened there?
I think it got brought up because they were talking about Jesse's girlfriend sending that like cease and desist to Michelle, and then Janet and Brittany were like, Jesse, that's crazy that you let her do that. And so they were kind of fighting like that. And then he said,
Yeah,
like, oh, she shouldn't
because
have
he said it
cheated
was
on
just
me.
his ex. He said it was his ex. So they, right? Like he said they're not together
Yeah,
anymore.
he did say in this episode that they weren't together. So I don't know what happened there. Because remember in the last episode, he heard she's with this Baywatch guy. So
Yeah, they
I
brought
don't
that
know.
up. They brought that up, and he was like saying it as if Michelle was like starting rumors, but it's like, no, you verified that she wasn't actually starting a rumor, that what was said by Sheena.
Yeah.
And he just left that whole part out. That, like, yeah, Sheena actually said she was doing this, you
Yeah.
know?
And I think Sheena confirmed somewhere that it was like that David Charvet guy. I don't know if you know who that is,
Oh,
but that.
no, but
Go
I
on.
know we were talking about it and we
Yeah,
were
we were
looking it
trying to
up.
figure
You
out
were
like, is
saying
it?
like because she followed him or something, right?
Well, she followed the main guy, like the David Hasselhoff guy. So
Oh, a lot of
yeah,
Davids.
yeah. Oh yeah, they have the same name. Yeah, I never watched Baywatch. I don't know what his character's name was, but he's like recognizable as like the younger guy. Not the so some people speculated it was this one guy that was the child on the show, so it wasn't him. It was like the medium-aged guy. So not the
Oh,
older David Hasselhoff, not the
not the
child,
younger one, the
the
one right in the
medium
middle.
guy. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
That
I
makes
don't
the most
know
sense.
if they actually broke up or if they were just saying that because she didn't want to be a part of the show. Because what Teddy said on her podcast, she's friends with Jesse. She said they're together now. So,
Mm,
but they said they're not then. So who knows? But
okay, broke up for a bit. So
what did you think about they were like pounding drinks and putting on these race car outfits? I thought they were like going actual go kart.
Me too. I
And
thought
I'm like,
and I'm like, what the hell? That's why I'm saying that episode kind of dragged on because I felt like that scene was like way too long, like of watching them race these race cars. And I'm
yeah.
like, okay, I don't care. Like, come on, let's get
It
to the
was
tea.
so silly. I'm like, okay, they can't be driving if they're all drinking. So I was like, is someone else driving them? Because you can like ride in a race car, but not
Mhm.
actually like be the driver. And then yeah, they were literally doing like tiny little remote controlled cars.
Which looks fun. It
does.
looks fun to do that, but like the not the NASCAR outfits for like
Right?
freaking
For like
remote
a
control
children's
cars.
game. Yeah, that was kind of strange. I feel bad for them. Like the housewives just went to Amsterdam and they're going to Santa Barbara racing cars in dirt. So like,
Right. It's like Santa Barbara's like an hour and a half from here. It's like I
yeah,
could
I'm
go
like,
to
get
Santa
them a
Barbara
real trip, okay?
right now. And everything in Santa Barbara closes down like super early.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think so. When we went out there, it did. I was like, why is everything close to 7 o'clock? Like,
It's like
so.
a early bird special type
Yeah,
of
a lot
town.
of people retire out there. Like a lot of
Okay.
people, like a lot. There's a lot of older people, but it's really nice. It's really
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
beautiful, but
Mhm.
very random place to go. So then what did you think about Janet and Zach's little chit chat?
I thought. I mean, they had to make up, right?
Yeah.
So for the sake of the show, so I thought it was.
Did you think it was shady of Brittany to tell Janet what Zach said? Because I kind of did. I thought it was.
It is, but that's what's messy when you have a friend group, right? Like
Yeah.
when you have a friend group and there's groups of best friends, like that's just like
Yeah.
gonna happen. Like,
It's hard because I feel like Zach thought he was venting to a friend so privately. And so I think in the moment, Brittany probably should have been like, Janet's my friend. I don't want to hear this. Like, if you tell me this, I'm going to tell her. Like,
so
I feel like,
was it, yes. And so what Zach said about hoping that her pregnancy doesn't go well,
Yes.
he said that to Brittany privately.
So all this time has been so confusing because we didn't understand where Zach said this stuff, right? Because it wasn't on the season one. We didn't actually see him say this, but it
Right,
came out.
because all the scenes they've been showing, I didn't actually hear him say that. They were saying you could cause her stress, you could, and then he would say, "Oh, she could lose her baby." And I think we heard him say, "I don't care." I
Yeah.
think to that extent. So that's what I just assumed they were talking about this whole time.
Yeah, no, they were talking about like a really crazy conversation that he had with Brittany. And remember I mentioned last time allegedly he had said she should like, unalive herself, and that the conversation was very dark. But no one knew where this conversation had happened. And so yeah, it finally came out that it was like him venting to Brittany, and then Brittany went to Janet. So yeah, it's I understand because Zach should have known, like Janet's her friend, she might tell her, but also he
If Brittany's
didn't.
your friend, your best friend.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
expect some kind of like confidentiality or like
Or a heads up,
Yeah.
to say, hey, what you said was really messed up, and I think I'm going to share it with Janet because I think she deserves to know what you're saying about her.
yeah, totally. And I mean, Brittany did. Like according to them on this last episode, like Brittany did pull away from Zach and didn't want to talk to him. So if she was genuinely like affected by what he said, it makes sense, I guess. But yeah, it just felt like a little messy of Brittany. But we need the mess, or we wouldn't have a show. So
Right, right. And I mean, she did say, like, if she said it to me about you, I would have told you too.
yeah,
You
and
know,
he didn't
so-
believe that. He was like, "No, you wouldn't have." So
Well, I guess we'll never know.
yeah,
But it was messy. It's like you can't tell anybody anything in the group without it getting back to the person you
Yeah.
don't want it said about. So it's just
and I think he should have known that. Like he said, he was blacked out, so I guess he wasn't thinking. But yeah, he should know. Like you're friends with Janet, you're friends with me. I can't tell you like she should some really like horrible things and
Yeah.
think that that's not going to get back to her. But I
Right.
think, yeah, if there wasn't a show, Brittany probably wouldn't have repeated it. I don't know.
right. And Zach and Janet wouldn't probably be trying to be friends because I wouldn't be friends with somebody that said that shit about me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's hard to like let that go. It's pretty
Yeah.
brutal.
like we gonna fight. Right?
Yeah.
so yeah.
There's a lot of ovulation talk. like I said, this isn't something I relate to currently.
Dude, Ashley, there was so much ovulation talk. I was like, when do people ovulate? Like I started checking I swear to God, like I started checking my ovulation window because I was like, what's an ovulation window?
Well, some people do their whole birth control off that, you know. They like, you can like track it by your temperature and figure out when it's happening and then just avoid those few days. Like people like really map this. I think there's like apps.
There is an app. That's where I found myself on an app. I'm like, I don't even want to have kids yet. Here I am. Like, when is my ovulation window? Like,
it's so funny because I remember like being in that frame of mind and you get like obsessed with it. And even now, because my kids are older, like 5 and 9, but I have friends that have kids under 1 and you can just tell. And I remember being that way where you literally think the world revolves around babies and what's happening with pregnancies, and like that's all you care about, talk about, consume on your pages. Like you think that that's the world, and it's so weird to be in like a different stage now and look back and just I know what they're going through, and I see it. And so like, yeah, I see Kristen, you know, so worried, and we know she's pregnant now, so she didn't have to worry. But when you're trying to get pregnant or you can't get pregnant, it really like consumes you. So I think a lot of people are relating to it. It's just not me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Actually, I have a friend of mine who's her and her husband are trying to get pregnant, and we live in the Valley. So I sent her that acupuncturist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I sent her the information. Like, I was like, oh, well, try this, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, clearly it worked for Nia and Kristen, so might as well.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I mean, I guess that's the whole point of the show. Like, it's the next stage up from Vanderpump where they're having kids and marriages and stuff. So I understand why that's a big plot point. But when you're not thinking about that, it is a little bit like, fast forward this part, I don't care. So you're excited for them and happy for them, and I hope they have their babies. But you're also like, I want to see more like of the mess and the drama and other things besides kids, you know?
Yeah. What did you think of the little spiritual yoga circle?
Yeah, the healer that was not healing at all.
Yeah, the healer. Okay, yeah.
I don't know what her actual name was, but yeah, that just seemed like a disaster waiting to happen, which it was. So
yeah.
I mean, Jesse was hammered, so that didn't help at all because he could barely talk.
Yeah.
He was slurring his words, and yeah, I didn't get the end when Michelle took the ball. Like, didn't they say to say a memory you're grateful for? So
yeah,
like,
okay. So I didn't understand either. I thought I was hoping you could help me. Like, because I was like, what happened here? How did we get here? Like, how did we even get her to say something nice about Jesse?
Right? Yeah, like what I gathered was they were saying like a memory about their life and like something they're grateful for. And then somehow it turned into like a memory of her and Jesse that she was grateful for, which was messy. So yeah, I don't know how it got there. And like I said, Brittany was just like laughing through the whole thing, and she's the one who's going through the most, so maybe she just didn't want to get into it. But I would have thought that would have been like a really good exercise for her to.
I think maybe she didn't want it. She said that like when Jason was like, he like, you know, said something about Jax. She was like, thank you for saying it because I didn't want to cry. So I think some people were trying to keep it light because they didn't want to get emotional up there when it's supposed to be like a fun getaway vacation. But I was like, Jesse like walked away. Michelle's crying. Yeah, everybody's crying because she said she was grateful for when they decided to have their daughter.
I'm just laughing because all I can think about is Jesse in his gray, baggy, what were those? Like,
disgusting. Ew. Like, ew.
I've never seen men's underwear in that color before. Like, what would you call that? Grayish? Like,
grayish? I think they're just dingy. That's what I think you call them, dingy. Like, dingy, all crusty and dusty.
Do you think that those were white at one point in time?
I think so. That's what I think they were white and now they're dingy. Like, grayish.
I thought he purchased them in that color, so no.
Ew. know. And why were they so big? Like, were those even yours? Like, I just don't understand what was happening.
Oh,
Like,
no. Do you think he's on like Ozempic or something? Because he looked like he lost his butt. I don't know what
I
happened.
don't know
but
what happened. He lost his butt, he lost his front, he lost all of it. Like, it's just, there was nothing. Why would you come out the room like that? That's how you know he was drunk. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't even, he thought, yeah, like, I'm on camera. I'm about to go out there like, I'm looking good in my boxers. You know?
That's the dangers of getting hammered on camera. Like, I love the people that are smart enough to not do that because Jesse did not give a fuck. He was like hammered, crying, gray underwear, just letting it all hang out. So.
Yeah, literally. Quite literally. Ew.
No.
Yeah, and I was like, 'cause he left, he walked off. It's like, what the hell was he so mad for? Like, like, that's what I was like, when you're just drunk, you're just all over the place, which is gay for us because it makes good TV because next episode's probably going to be really good. But I didn't understand what happened there. Like, everyone was talking about letting stuff go and doing this, and he didn't want to get up there and say he wanted to let the animosity towards his ex-wife go. And then it's like, then we got to their kid, and then he's storming off and she's crying. I'm like,
Don't you feel like these two are still in love with each other? Because
okay, all right. I thought I was the only one that felt that this episode. I'm like, they still love each other. Like, there's clearly still feelings there. Like, they hate each other so much. They love each other so much that they hate each other.
Yeah, because like the opposite of love is indifference, as they say. And if you really don't care about someone, you don't care. And like they wouldn't even be bothered, but they're so bothered constantly, especially Jesse. He's always talking about Michelle and like what's she doing and what is she thinking. And I don't know if it's just for the show. Like obviously they both, like they've said, they need the paycheck and they might be just playing it up. But yeah, it's not giving glad we're divorced, don't like you. It's giving
because
like,
they
obsessed.
always take little digs at each other whenever they can. And like you said, when you don't care, you don't care.
Yeah.
And to Jesse's point, when you're super happy, you don't have to keep saying that you're super happy. And then like Michelle's trying to convince everyone that she's super happy, but it is giving like they love to hate each other.
Yeah, like it's a very odd dynamic because you know, you can see the animosity and the dislike of each other, but you can also see the, you know, it's like high school. Like when you break up with someone and you're like, you know, but you still want to go to the party they're at, like you still want to see them. It's like,
because like you said, if you don't care, you couldn't have paid me enough money to like go on a trip with my ex-husband that I despise. Like you didn't have to go to that trip, but I get it if this is your job and your airtime and whatever. Like, but yeah, like you said, it's giving like, like I still have a thing for them. Like I hate him, but I'm just gonna go looking cute, or he gonna see me. Like, you know what I mean? The shit that us girls do. Like,
they both were bringing out their best outfits and shirtless.
He was taking off his shirt. Yeah, he was taking off his shirt, trying to walk around like.
I know. I can't tell if it's they have feelings for each other, so they're using the show as an excuse, or they really do despise each other, but they're like, let's play this up for the camera. So I don't know which one it is, but yeah, if they genuinely didn't care, she would have been like, yeah, I'm not going on this trip. I'm going to stay with my man, but then that wouldn't be a good show. So I don't know what it is, but I was listening to Two Teas in a Pod, and they were saying that one of their friends DM'd them, and Aaron was like, that's Michelle's boyfriend, was hitting on them and like creepy. So I don't know how old that was, but that he's not a good guy, which he does have the serial killer eyes, so I could see that, but
she can't trust none of them.
I kind of feel like if Michelle liked Jesse and she picked Jesse, she might not have a good picker, so we'll see. I don't know that Aaron is like an upgrade, but we'll see.
And they're still together?
As far as I know, but actually I think there was some drama at the premiere party. And so I don't know if I've just not had it pop up in my feed, but like I remember when last season aired and the divorce was announced, like she was like posting with them constantly, like proving like we're so happy, look at us.
Okay.
I think that has stopped, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked at her page for a while. But I think that's like with any relationship, the first year or two is like it's amazing, and then it's probably more real now of like settling into things. Everyone, like I used to work in an office with ladies that were like on their second marriage, and they used to say like same shit, different pile. Like you think, oh, I'm gonna divorce this person because they don't get me, and this guy, I love him, he gets me. But then you're like, after 5-10 years, the same thing. You still have fights, you still have problems. It's not, grass is not greener, right? So she probably
Yeah.
should just be on her own for a while and then figure out what she wants because she kind of went from one to the other. So
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
needs a little space.
She needs a little space. Relationships are, they're hard,
You
man.
didn't tell us, did you meet any men in Jamaica?
No, girl,
Oh.
they were all freaking so like doing the most, just too much. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
really?
Like very aggressive, like very just like no.
Just too up in your business.
Just too up in your face, just too I don't know. But apparently if American women go out there and act an ass, I could see why they lack respect and think that they could talk to you any kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, they're like, hey, come here. I'm like, bitch, who are you talking to? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would, it just got to a point where you just ignore, like, you just
Yeah.
act like you don't hear them calling you.
Yeah.
And the most bizarre thing kept happening. All the staff, like you would think that on a resort, like the staff is like professional and they can't
Yeah.
hit on you. And nope, they hit on you too. They ask for your number too. They, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they also ask you to go get them drinks from the bar. Yeah, like because it's an all-inclusive resort, so they'll be
Uh-huh.
like, hey, do me a favor, like, can you go get me a drink from the bar? So the first time it happened to me, I thought it was extremely weird, but I was like going out to the beach and he's like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go get me like a drink from the bar? And I was like, well, I'm just getting to the beach, like it's already like 5, like I want to enjoy the last like hour and a half of sun,
Yeah.
so like I'll go get it later, you know? And then he was like, don't worry about it. I ask you to do me a favor. You can't do me a favor. Like, and I'm like to myself, like, what's up with this guy? Aren't you on like
Yeah.
work hours? Like, and he said it like 4 or 5 times. Like, don't worry, I'll have another female go get me a drink. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. If they
And
say the
then-
word female, red flag.
Exactly. And that's what he said. He kept saying, and he said it like 4 or 5 times, like, oh, I got my drink. I'm like, okay, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, get out of my face. And then I
Good for
realized,
you.
like, as they kept asking, like, like, different people, I was like, okay, this is like a thing where they just, like, you know, there's this expectation that you're going to get them food from the buffets or
And what do
drinks
they
from the
get for
bar.
you? What's the trade-off?
Exactly. Like, I don't freaking know. Like, even the guys, like, they have these little boats that, like, come up to the shore and, like, selling little stuff. They'll ask you for drinks and food, all kind of shit. Like, and so,
What?
again, at a certain point, and then ask for your phone number. Like, bitch,
Oh.
no. Like, no.
They want free
No.
food and drinks from you and then to hook up with you. Like,
And then they want to ask for your phone number. Like, I just paid you $20 for this souvenir, like, and then you're gonna ask for my phone number. You would at least think you would butter me up and give it to me for free, but
yeah.
no.
Oh my
So
God.
no, I didn't meet any men. I didn't meet nobody. It was just
Oh.
very, very strange. Just very strange dynamics when it came to the love department. So
Was there like a lot of other like Americans there or no? Just like, oh, okay.
Lots. Mostly everybody was like American. So
But no cute tourists or anything? No.
no, girl.
No.
No eye candy. No nothing.
Well, you just have to go on another trip then and have some more stories.
Yeah, maybe my Romeo is somewhere out there.
Come up
in
to
another
Canada,
country,
come to
in another
Vancouver.
country. You know what's so funny is a long time ago, my friend was like, "They would love you in Canada. Like you, if you went to Canada, you would 100% find your husband because they would just love you out there." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe."
I mean, I love you and I live here.
Ah,
So.
see, I'm already off to a good start. So
I mean,
maybe.
I do have a few single friends here, and they say it's not any better luck, but they might have bad pickers, so you never know. We got
Yeah.
our fair share of trouble up here too, but
Really? I guess it's just a worldwide thing.
I think so, yeah. We need to
It's
get you
just-
on Pop the Balloon. One of our followers said that you should go on. So I think Netflix make it
Because
happen.
is anybody like really finding love on that show or
I don't
really
think
date?
so.
Like, no, they're going on there for like Zaina. Like, I think people thought like, oh, she probably really went on a date with this guy that she connected with. It's like we never heard a single thing about it after. People are just literally going on there for their little airtime. So
Yeah, I think
that's
you're right.
that's super unserious too. So
It is, yes. But it would still be funny to see you on
it
there.
would still be
so-
fun. Yeah, I just pop my balloon and everybody. Pop, pop,
Yes,
pop,
just keep
pop,
popping it
pop,
so
pop,
we
pop.
can see you on camera. So
And then they'll be like, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a podcast host of the Reality Receipts podcast. That's the whole
Right?
point. That's the whole point of me coming on here, so I can just say that.
yeah, I talk shit about this show that we're on right now. So
Yeah, exactly. Like, I actually do commentary on stupid shows like this.
that would be so good.
Yeah. So,
Well,
is that it? Did we get all the value?
I
Did
think
we
that's
miss
all.
anything?
No, I think that's all the valley, all the exciting things. I mean, yeah, Jax is still locked up, so but they need to take his phone away.
Yeah. Can we just talk about the fact that Rihanna's pregnant again for like a hot second?
Yes, the third time.
I
Good
thought
for
it was
her.
a joke. I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody was playing a trick on me. Like my friend was like, "Rihanna's pregnant again." I was like, "No, that's probably an old one. She's pregnant again. That's
I
crazy.
know,
She's knocking him out."
I like the way she did it. Like she got her photos taken, like not like the actual like first photos that got out of like the baby bump, where she had like the umbrella, walking. Like was not actually at the Met Gala. It was like before. So I thought that was cool because I think revealing it like on the carpet is a lot. So
Yeah.
someone else did it. I forget who. There's some model. Maybe it was Carly
think they're,
Kloss or something. But it's like
I think. Do you think her and ASAP are secretly married? Because I do.
oh,
I
probably.
feel like they're married. Like they're married. There's no way she's popping out all these babies for him, and like they're not married. Like why wouldn't you marry Rihanna? Like I just
Yeah, I
don't
know.
understand. Or who's
So-
to say Rihanna wants to get married? Maybe she doesn't want to
True.
get married. But
So she must have been pregnant before this whole trial then, right? Because that ended fairly recently. Was that like
fairly recently,
2 months
yeah.
ago? And
Yeah.
I mean, I can never tell by people's bumps because my first bump and my second bump was so different. The second one was like ridiculous, massive.
Yeah,
so I
she
can't
looks
imagine.
like at least 5 or 6 months. But what do I know? I've never had a bump, so
It's hard to tell. I've had them and I can't tell. I never want to like speculate. So
yeah.
but yeah, that would have been a lot. What if he went to jail and she would be all by herself? I mean, I guess they can afford nannies and stuff, but not the
Yeah.
same, I would assume.
It's not the same. You want your kids to know their dad. So thankfully, they, made it through that. So
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I think they're secretly married. I don't know.
No album, I guess, but I mean,
Never.
babies are good
We're
too.
never getting an album ever, ever. Just let it go. I don't even know if I want an album anymore. I forgot
No,
what she
it's
sounds
been too
like.
long. Yeah,
Just give us some more makeup, girl.
Right?
Just give us the makeup. So
I know she has so many other good business ventures. You don't really need that, so
Yeah, I
But-
know. Look, I have my Fenty Beauty right here.
love it. Mine is not, sadly.
Yeah.
We don't got none. Oh no, I think you could probably order that online. Obviously, Sephora.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or yeah, I think they have it at Ulta too. Yeah. Okay.
Well-
Is that it for us?
I think so. Yeah, I think that was it. Like I said, no
Okay.
Jax, but he was in a lot of the episode. Oh wait, we didn't talk about his little video he sent in. What did you think of that? It actually
Again.
made me so mad. I just because you're seeing him text Brittany, so we like know what's really going on, and then seeing this
You did
sad
this
little
to
video.
that and I think like the video where he's crying. That's why I say he's theatrical. Like the video sounded good, but then like you said, we saw the text of him being like, "You did this to me. You put me here. I'll never forgive you." It's like,
and it's
do
just
you want to help yourself or not?
yeah, it's so sad to see him still blaming. Like if he was in there, turned his phone off and was literally like, I messed up, I have been bad, I'm gonna work on myself, and then that was it, we might actually believe he's changed. But he's literally blaming Brittany for everything. And so yeah, I don't see much change yet, but we'll see what happens with the rest of the season.
Yeah. All right. Well,
We're
we will
glad
see
you had a good
guys.
trip.
Thank you. And I'm back safely. So
Yes.
But-
Yay.
yeah. So we will see you guys next week for Cheat. We're gonna get into Cheat. So I'm gonna go start watching that now.
Yeah, me too. Okay,
Okay.
see you. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.